Welcome to this GiftWorks video. In this video, I want to talk about configuring GiftWorks file storage using GiftWorks Pro. GiftWorks file storage is the feature that allows you to store files with each of your donors. And in GiftWorks Pro, the configuration for that is a little bit different than our other products, GiftWorks Standard and GiftWorks Premium. So let me head over to the settings area and quickly show you what I mean. Under Database Files and Maintenance, there's this Configure Your File Storage option here. And because we're using GiftWorks Pro, this is going to be a little different. If some of you are familiar with our GiftWorks Standard or Premium configuration options, you do click this On button, which turns on file storage. And then you need to provide a folder. This is for GiftWorks Pro. You need to provide a file storage location where to store your files. Now, because GiftWorks Pro is that all the information's stored in Microsoft SQL Server, you do need a location that you're going to want to store all your files. Very important point here is you're going to want to store this in a location that all your GiftWorks users are going to have access to. If you store this like on your local computer, like C:\\/ well, then you may be the only person that can access that. And you're not going to want to do that. You're going to want to make sure you store it in a location that everyone has access to. So in my case, I'm going to store it in, let me create a folder out. I have a server called Dave, and under here I'm just going to put in shared, and I'm just going to create a new folder called GiftWorks, and I'm just going to call this, I'm going to create a new folder under here called Files. And so I have, here's the full location. It's Dave shared GiftWorks files, and that's my location. So I'm going to put in the path right like that and click OK. Now you could choose browse and maybe choose a network location, and there's also a link here to read more about network locations and multiple user environments. So check that out if you need more help. But I'm going to click OK. Now it's turning it on, and here's where I'm going to store it. Now if I go over to my files, you'll see that this is that Dave shared GiftWorks files location. You'll see that it created this GiftWorks file storage folder, and it has this really funky folder name. It has all these characters. You never want to touch this. You don't really ever want to modify this. It stores in their files, but they're stored in ways that really aren't human readable per se. And so just make sure you check that out. So let me go in. It's turned on right now. You can set up the same options as you can if you're using GiftWorks Standard or Premium. That is the maximum number of files per donor, and then also the maximum file size in megabytes. At any point, if you needed to change this location, and you'll see there's some notes here about when you might need to change it. If you, for some reason, that network share, that network folder moves or things like that, you might need to change it. Now I'm going to go to a donor real quickly, and I'm just going to go, let me just double click on this donor. Go over to Notes, Tasks, and Files, and you'll see that under Files, if I double click on this, there's, other than a file storage document, which in here it says this file was created by GiftWorks File Storage and should not be deleted. It's just kind of like a little warning note, and it shouldn't be deleted. But let me add a file for this donor, and so I'm just going to say add a file on the left-hand side. I'm just going to pick anything. I have this, let me go pick a file. So I just have this little document log, maybe it's a chat log or something like that with the donor, and click on Save. And now that file is stored right here. Now if I go over to my files again, here's the Dave shared GiftWorks files. If I double click here, you notice it's going to begin to create a little folder structure here that if I drill down into, it contains this DAT file, which really is, it's a data file, which contains that text file somewhere buried in there. So keep that in mind. When you're using GiftWorks file storage on GiftWorks Pro, you are going to have to choose a location. Once again, you do that in Settings, Database Files and Maintenance, Configure Your File Storage, and then either turn it on and set your location or change the location here. So hope that helps with getting GiftWorks file storage set up to use with GiftWorks Pro, and we wish you the best with your GiftWorks Pro experience. Thanks for watching.